So you said, okay, to come back to the improvisation, that you had models of other musicians improvising on Saba.
Yeah.
And what particular tradition or style do they come from? Is that this bağlama improvisation?
It is not bağlama actually. I have rarely seen a bağlama player from tradition using the Saba improvisation, but I mostly heard this Saba improvisation from the Ottoman music. So I'm influenced by the Ottoman Turkish makam music heritage. So the Saba makam.
So what instruments would that be?
It could be a classical kemençe, Ottoman kemençe, tambur. I really mostly inspired by the Ottoman tambur. So my improvisation style sometimes imitating the Ottoman tambur. And oud could be okay. Yeah, they are using the Saba makam. So I'm taking this from my conservatory background because I worked with different makam music students. So I'm just talking about the Saba makam specifically. So it comes from there.
Right, and that would be the kind of Turkish oud, are we talking, or are you looking more broadly at kind of Arab?
It can be broadly, yeah. The Arabic do the same, and I work with many Greek musicians as well, so they have the similar way of improvising on Saba makam. So they have very similar motifs, and I listen to them a lot.
Nice. Yeah. So actually, there's a lot of both. Well, no, there's all sorts going into that. Then, hey, this isn't a simple Uyghur bağlama, Anatolian bağlama kind of collaboration at all. You're drawing on Arab, perhaps, Ottoman, definitely, Uzbek, Tajik, makam. Yeah, great.
And also, for example, you were asking me about this percussive thing. We say fiske or tokat, or this technique is just like slap, actually, literally means. And this technique is found in the southwestern Anatolia, 3-string instrument. It's very short, it's like the jura size, very short. And they also play tapping, but actually also with the strumming, they use this. So I created and suggested this. But you wanted to make a contrast using the same melodic material, but you told me that your grandmother taught you.
This basic dance rhythm.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. So we also use this kind of techniques to create a small contrast to using the same melody, but with the different right-hand techniques, creating different rhythmic structure.
Yeah, and I also use these frets, like unstable notes.
And it sounds a dutar with that. Yeah. The one thing very important, you may notice, during the song, we stabilized the second degree just flat, not the quarter tone, but when I start improvisation with the pick, I use the quarter tone in there.
Right.
So I just wanted to change the flavor with to be closer to the Ottoman makam system. But yeah, I don't even have that exact fret of this quarter tone, but in order to reach that, I use a similar thing. Especially to go to the first degree. It should be flat as possible, but not flat entirely. And yeah, that was also important. And after this, after I finish my improvisation, I need to back to the strumming, so I just threw it.
I wasn't sure if you dropped it. I was like, oh my god, shall I go and pick it up?
And on the stage 2 weeks ago, I forgot my pick there. And then I was just searching my pick at the end of the concert. It was funny.
And I also learned from Turkish bağlama this type of dat.
Yeah, with the percussion. Yeah. It is a modern approach actually. It's not so traditional from the Anatolian bağlama performance, but the Turkish bağlama masters after the 1980s had a great development on the music, and they put their own unique approach on bağlama. So these kind of things are mostly derived from their approach because I was their students. So
Like the final phrase, like.
which one? Yeah.
This kind of style. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. It is something belongs to bağlama. Yeah.
It's a lot of attention to small details, isn't
Yeah.
it? And that makes it very exciting. Huh?
And imagine when we create this, we don't know actually where to start, but just a small discussion and it lets the fire, and then we don't even understand how the time passes in after 3 or 4 hours, and then
Yeah, I didn't ask actually how long it took to bring it together.
It is 2 sessions
Yeah.
in the end. In the first session it was really long, around 4 hours, but we couldn't complete. But I told you that we don't have to finish it, but just decide the form. And in the second, we polish it. And then with the performance, of course, you are very good with the dutar, and I could accompany you. So in the second one, as performance also was good.
And what's the role of your phone, the recording technology in this?
Yes, it's a very good question. Without this, it would be impossible because we could easily forget what we developed because there are many ideas around, and I'm not a musician using the notation. I'm very good at the notation because of my classical Western music background, but I prefer not to use it because it's I feel I'm stuck with the notation. I feel more liberated with the ear and the imitation. This is like the traditional learning system that I had also during my childhood. So the best way is just to record.
Yeah.
So in my recording files, it's like this is like 100 different files that we recorded every single fragment. We listen to it again, and then we change. Or, for example, when we listen to, oh, okay, this would not work. What do you think? Yeah, let's change like that. Okay, let's record again and again and again. Yeah, we also continue like that during the process.
Right. So you've done your 4-hour marathon and 100 files, literally.
Yeah.
And then you go back and listen to all those files like on your own, do you?
Yes, not every time. If we fix and if we are happy, we are not turning back again. But if we have questions, okay, I have the files with me, and then from the beginning, what I want to listen to, and then I choose and listen to, and then again we discuss in the next session.
Right. But at the end of your 4 hours, you come out with kind of one basic thing that you'll kind of work from and practice?
Yeah. Let's say we have 4 different forms, A, B, C, D. For example, we completed A, B, C on that day. And we try to clear everything on that day to decide about the melodic creation, the form. There are just small details remained, like if I would use the tapping there or plucking. Yeah, we could sometimes decide on those small details later. But yeah.
Well, I think that's a great piece. Really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We aim to
Huh?
which one? Yeah, it's very important moment together. So he suggested this. In here, if we follow a ta 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 6/8, it should be si la si re do si la sol. When you go back, you need to double this note, and I just suggest because I'm quite familiar working with these irregular rhythmic things with Fabrizio Cassol, and I just said if we omit this repetitive B flat, then it would be a 5/8. So why don't we do that? It would be strange. So in the end, shall we play 1, 2, 3? Yeah, ta 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 ta. So we sometimes play games with the rhythm.